making good progress on a trade deal between India and the United States. Meanwhile, joining us at this point of time is a very special guest. We are being joined by Ambassador Harsh Vardhan Shringla, a former Foreign Secretary. Thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. And my first question to you is, you were India's ambassador to United States under the first Trump administration. How has the India-US relationship transformed since then under Trump's second administration?
Well, I was ambassador during Trump's first term in office, and that term itself was quite significant because we made, progress on a number of issues that was of strategic significance, but also, on areas such as trade, investments, technology, etc. One of the very major areas of progress was the revival of the Quad grouping. I think Trump took, Quad, which was moribund at that time, and made it into a very active group, which met at the level of foreign ministers. Later on, under President Biden, it met at the level of leaders. I think Trump also took a number of steps that revitalized our relationship. He instituted the 2+2 dialogue between the foreign and defense ministers of both countries. He started the Indo-Pacific concept by renaming their Pacific Command Indo-Pacific Command, and as a result, the lexicon of the Indo-Pacific came very much into focus. And of course, I think large number of areas on which we cooperated across the board. Under Trump 2.2, it's a very different story because Trump has come in with a much stronger mandate. He also has many domestic compulsions that he has to deal with. But I think if you take Prime Minister Modi's visit to the United States in February this year as an indicator, I think there's a vast gamut of issues that both sides want to make very quick progress on. And going by that, I think we will see very significant deliveries in areas such as defense, areas such as trade. You want to double the trade to $500 billion from its current about 210 or 220 billion. I think technology is an area which started with President Biden, but would continue under the Trust program under President Trump. And similarly, I think we will see, in areas such as space, nuclear energy, and several other cutting-edge areas. Cooperation that has not been so significant in the past and will now, I think, really.
All right. And how important is Prime Minister Modi's relationship with Donald Trump in this India-US relationship?
No, I think it's very important because, the American system works on decisions taken by the chief executive, which is the president. And in Prime Minister Modi, you also have a very decisive leader, who enjoys a strong confidence of the people. So on both sides, you have leadership that can take decisions that I think benefit the bilateral relationship. And that has seen very good progress in Trump's first term. And also the development of a strong rapport between the two leaders through events such as Howdy Modi and Namaste Trump.
Do you see any monumental announcement coming in the JD Vance-Modi meeting, or will it be a prelude to Trump-India visit later this year?
Look, I mean, decisions are really taken at the level of principles, but JD Vance has emerged as a very important point of contact in the Trump administration. He's an ideologue for the administration. He's able to articulate the policies and vision of President Trump on a global and domestic basis. So he is, for us, a very, very important interlocutor. The vice president is also at a level where there is some ambiguity in terms of the, let's say, point of contact in India. But the fact that Prime Minister Modi has decided to meet him personally and to engage him in that one-to-one dialogue or with key interlocutors on both sides, is an indication of the importance we attach to, Vice President JD Vance and his visit. As I said, he's an important, let's say, leader in the in Trump 2.0. But also, we have to keep in mind that his wife, Usha Chilukuri Vance, is of Indian origin. She herself is a very eminent lawyer, like JD Vance himself. They're both from Ivy League schools. They're both, I think, have had a stellar record in the legal area. Look.
And Ambassador Harsh Shringla, how do you the Americans perceive Indians today, since when you were the ambassador 5 years ago?
Well, I think the Indian community in the U.S. is a very successful community. They have, I think, reached top levels of entrepreneurship, business, technology, professional life. Just to give you an example, the senior official accompanying JD Vance, Ricky Gill from the National Security Council, is himself of Indian origin. So I think Indians in the United States have done exceedingly well. It's an example of the success a community can achieve in another country. And I think they are a very, very pivotal bridge between India and the US. And I think their support for the relationship is critical to our attaining many of the goals we seek to attain, whether it's in trade, whether it's in technology, whether it's in investments. It's the Indian community that's the bridge. It's the Indian community that will help us in achieving, our, let's say, goal and the vision of the two leaders. So the community is exceedingly important. And more important for us in India, it is an example of the fact that, Indians and Indian diasporas anywhere in the world today are successful, are reaching, new heights, and will always be supporters of a strong relationship between their country of origin and their country of citizenship.
All right, Ambassador Harsh Vardhan Shringla, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast and sharing your insight on that. Meanwhile, viewers, let's shift